Deep in the main event, amateurs and pros think differently. Most amateurs are just happy to be here, like Michael Gable.
I'm the sole provider. I have 6 children, so I'm working 60, 70 hours a week. I travel back and forth from California and stuff, so I really do appreciate this. In this last 5 days, I don't care if I win for $5 more. I don't care.
While the pros focus on the bigger picture.
What that means is when I show up, I'm really in the zone. I'm making good reads, and I'm making good folds, I'm making good calls.
I'm just trying to play my A game and just try to do what I got to do to get there, you know?
They all know what's at stake.
If you're going to run good in a tournament, obviously the main event of the World Series of Poker is the one you really want to save it all up for.
I mean, this is a chance of a lifetime for anybody.
This is definitely what I needed.
Yes! 141 pros and amateurs continue on day 5. Welcome back to the World Series of Poker main event, presented by Jack Link's Beef Jerky. $8.5 million awaits one of our 141 remaining players. I'm Lon McCarran with Norman Chad and Kara Scott here on day 5. A quick review. Henry Tran went from second in chips to out, while Kid Poker Daniel Negreanu made day 5 but busted in 160th place. Fellow Canadian Matt Marifiotti followed closely behind. Anticipation is peaking here at the Rio as the final table becomes a strong possibility. Nothing funny about Hollywood actor Kevin Pollak's performance.
The one-time host of Celebrity Poker Showdown has become quite the poker celebrity.
Gail Bowman has already doubled her stack on day 5.
She's got a master's degree in English literature, now looking for a master's degree in no-limit Texas Hold'em.
Michael Gable feels the weight of his family and friends as he plays.
He calls himself an everyday working stiff. We might call him world champion.
Joseph Chung has done it again, a 3rd straight deep run.
This guy's like Mel Kiper Jr. Once a year he comes out and you can't get rid of him for a week.
Norwegian Elizabeth Hill is the only player over $4 million.
She's a waitress, Lon, a waitress. No wonder she never got the order straight. She was playing heads up in the kitchen.
So Hill leads, though Salaburu, Hellman, and Volpe are close behind. Former November Niner Eric Buckman in 6th.
We're midway through day 5, 141 players left. In 1986, the main event starting field was 141.
So I don't remember your name, but I do remember that you were in Home Alone.
Yes.
And you were
Home
wonderful.
Alone.
Right?
Wow, who could I be in Home Alone?
No?
Joe Pesci? Who am I in Home Alone?
Oh, I was thinking of Joe Pesci.
Were you really?
I was.
Wow,
well, I was thinking,
that's good.
actually, I saw you.
You thought I was Joe Pesci?
No, I put you
got
into
some nerve.
Home Alone, and I ran through most of the
What am I, a
movie.
comedian to you? Is that what I am?
Hello again, everybody. I'm Lon McCarran, bidding you a Rio welcome from the Amazon room, where tonight all eyes of the poker world are squarely on Kevin Pollak. It's here that the Hollywood actor will continue to step out of his comfort zone and try to become the first celebrity to make the final table since my good friend Gabe Kaplan back in 1980. Standing in his way, 140 other competitors hoping to score $8.5 million and the gold bracelet. As improbable as making the final table may seem, nothing is probable about the main event. Norman, anything to add?
No.
He's not the best color man in poker for nothing, folks. Here's a look at the featured table. This is poker's version of the major leagues. 5 players over $1 million, no one over $2 million. Kevin Pollak with the shortest stack.
And we expect more of the same from him poker-wise. Tight, tighter, tightest.
Second shortest stack here, local pro Jeremy Osmus.
The 32-year-old is a cash game guy, but having a terrific World Series.
With Kings, Osmus raised it to $50K.
Raise. 50. He made it 50. Yes. Okay, I said raise. I'm making it 150.
Raise 150.
I'm not entirely sure Kevin Pollak knew Jeremy Osmus had raised. I'd be a little surprised to see Kevin 3-betting there with ace-8.
Reps off folds. Both blinds were seated too late to receive live hands, so it's back to Jeremy Osmus. With the pocket kings.
All in.
And he raises to put Kevin all in.
Indeed, this is now for all of Kevin Pollak's chips. And I've got to believe he would tell the polar bear joke again before he'd call all in with ace-8 here.
No, not that. He's got 150,000 in. As we mentioned, he is the short stack at the table, and a painful fold for Kevin.
And at this stage of the tournament, it's always nice to win a pot when you don't have to show down the best hand.
Pollak gives a quarter of his chips to Jeremy Osmus. Pollak down to 387.
I think Kevin wants his 3-bet back.
Yep. Osmus up to almost 900,000 now, but still below the chip average of 1.4 million. All right, let's get it over to our secondary featured table, and we get a closer look at amateur Michael Gable, who's making a run at this year's main event despite recent personal tragedy.
Well, my story is, I have 6 children, and you know, my nickname is IG6K. I got 6 kids, so this has always been a dream of mine to play in this main event, and it's just it's been a roller coaster ride up and down. I just recently lost my mother. So that's pretty much my story. My mom had been struggling with some problems. They had diagnosed her with dementia. My sister called me and said that she doesn't have, you know, she's got some problems, and in fact, she didn't have dementia, she had brain cancer, so, and they give her, you know, 30 days to live, so I got to talk to my mom before she went into surgery. You know, she told me she loved me, and she was real proud of me, and that was the last time I spoke to her. She died about 6 hours later, so. This has really helped me get myself right, because I have not been myself, you know, so just for me to be here sitting at the poker table just thinking about my mom and being able to actually enjoy, you know, it's great. So I really do appreciate this.
Michael says he's been too busy to properly grieve his mother's passing, but the long main event days have allowed him the time he needs to think about his mom and move on. Michael just called a raise from Alfred Ferrova, who opened with Queen 10 offsuit. Michael with Ace 10.
Ferrova, a 42-year-old Texas amateur.
Big blind fold, so it'll be heads up. Ferrova and Gable. Flop 9-8 queen. Ferrova with a pair of queens has the advantage. Both have the same gut shot.
This pot heads up between 2 amateurs, each in his first main event.
Ferrova with 50,000.
Gable, an electrical contractor, a former poker dealer, but the once-a-month poker game that helped him earn his main event seat, the only poker he plays all year long.
Gable tosses in 2 green chips for the call. Turn card king of hearts. Ferrova still leads with the queens and has the better flush draw, but Gable has the better straight draw.
You know, we start with 6,600 players. We're down to 140 or so. And here are 2 guys with very little experience, still with a shot at $8.5 million.
I love the main event. Gable bets 82,000.
Gable taking a shot at this pot right now with the semi-bluff.
Ferrova not going anywhere. He has the best hand. River card, queen of clubs, and it keeps getting better for Ferrova. Rivering trips, and that is the best hand. And he checks again.
He checks, and Gable doing a gut check on what he should do here.
Ferrova open raised, bet the flop, and then check the turn in the river. And now Gable pushes out 150,000.
150,000. A call.
And Ferrova with a call.
Good hand.
And he will stack the chips.
Good hand.
Yeah, the value bet bluff easily picked off by trip queens, but if Ferrova doesn't hit trips or a flush on the river, that bet might have worked.
But indeed, Ferrova hit that queen on the river. He will stack the winnings. He's up to almost 1.2 million now here on day 5. Gable drops to just below the chip average. So 136 players remain in the main event. The next pay bump will not come until we have 99 contenders remaining. A November Niner is all in. Last year's 9th place finisher Sam Holden is at risk with ace king against the pocket 10s of David Peters.
I was hoping he had 9s or 7s or 8s.
Peters, an attorney from San Diego, trying to knock out Holden. 4-7 queen. The pocket 10s are still best for Peters. Holden looking for help. That 8 doesn't bring it.
Holden needs an ace or a king.
And there's an ace. That will work for the 2011 November Niner.
I'd call Sam Holden a main event savant. 9th last year in his first main event, closing in on a top 100 finish here in his second main event.
And he is sitting with almost 1.3 million now. Can he go back-to-back? The 2012 World Series of Poker is presented by Jack Link's Beef Jerky. Feed your wild side. And WSOP Academy. Text WSOPA to 67777 for a free tip from one of their pros. Welcome back to the World Series of Poker presented by Jack Link's Beef Jerky. Canadian pro Gavin Smith is looking to come from behind. He's all in with Queen Jack of Hearts against the Ace 10 of Hearts held by Bobby Poe.
Gavin here pushing with 13 big blinds.
Flop deuce 6 deuce, no queen or jack for Gavin.
Poe, a 31-year-old Las Vegas pro. Gavin looking for help.
Gavin pairs up to take a big advantage.
And Poe now will need an ace on the river to bust Gavin Smith.
River card is a 7. And Gavin will stay alive and double up.
Smith takes more than half of Poe's stack away. He's now under 10 big blinds. You know, the instant text or tweet post-hand is annoying. I believe there should be a grace period of at least 1 minute.
A modest double up for old Gavin Smith, up to 712,000. Almost 198 million chips in play with 9 at the final table. The chip average would be about 22 million. Back at the featured table, Kirill Rapsov on the Jack Link Speed Jerky hole cam, pocket queens.
Rapsov, he of the slow-rolling pocket aces earlier here on day 5.
Raised to 52,000.
Rapsov, formerly in the Russian Army, a poker pro since 2002.
So he knows what it's like to be under the gun. Oh, the later days of the main event test your patience and stamina. You lose either one, and you could be walking out the door very quickly. Folded to Omar Saeed on the button with pocket 4s. 36-year-old from New York, New York makes the call. Kyle Bowker folds.
All in.
Pollock is all in. He has pocket queens.
All in.
Raised.
Off-suited queens.
This guy only plays off-suited pairs.
Oh, we play that.
Queens versus queens.
I know we need to kick out him.
Easy all in for Pollock. Easy call for Rapsov.
I know his hand is favorite. I need to kick out him.
He clearly had the winners.
Install in.
See if spades come up, huh?
All right, Pollock at risk. 2 hearts in that flop.
Well, Pollock now at risk to a runner-runner flush.
Turn card is another heart for Rapsov, torturing Kevin Pollock.
Kevin Pollock's heart is uneasy now.
Why you gotta kill me like that?
We don't know whose hand it was.
It's mine?
Yeah.
Wow, free roll.
Yeah, Rapsov cannot lose the pot outright.
Pollock's got to fade a heart to stick around and chop this pot.
Open, just open.
The river card. Oh, it's the heart!
You kidding?
What a way to end your main event.
Stand-up comedy is hard. The main event is harder. What an impressive run for Kevin Pollock here.
No problem.
No, when you
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
His 2012 main event ends with some bad luck and a 134th place finish.
Everyone's certain that he had the heart one, right?
Well, Rapsov had the right off-suited queen. He's up to almost 1.7 million.
Oh. Great fun, everybody. Good luck. Okay, give him hell.
If I'm Kevin Pollock right now, I just go outside and find some hecklers to beat up.
All in.
All in.
Oh, we play that. Oh! Are you kidding? Great fun, everybody. Good luck. Give him hell.
Just before the break, actor Kevin Pollock was eliminated. He's with Kara Scott right now.
Kevin Pollock with one of the most dramatic exits yet. It had to be something quite spectacular for you, huh?
Spectacular is a good word. I was thinking sucks, but yeah, I'll go with spectacular. No, it was so ridiculous. You have to laugh because I had pocket queens. This is just, you know, I've been waiting for queens, kings, and aces with my short stack. So
Completely. But does losing with queens versus queens take away from this experience at all for you?
No, it actually enriches the experience because there's been historical moments for me. Obviously, knocking out Negreanu being the highlight of the poker world experience. For some, it was devastating for me because he's actually one of my poker heroes. But nothing but great memories. I longer lasted all my friends who were here. I just wanted to survive day one. The fact that I cashed my first time in the main event of World Series. Nothing but great memories.
Kevin cashes for 52 grand, but more importantly, he is now the #1 ranked poker playing comedian in the world.
We check in quickly with AJ Jejalowo stacking the chips of Bobby Poe, who's out in 130th place.
Poe's second straight main event cash, and he finished in the money in the World Series 7 times this year.
AJ rebuilding his stack after suffering a couple of big losses. He's slightly below the chip average right now. All right, let's go over to the secondary table. Michael Gable tonight not going as planned. He still has a workable stack, though. This is Gable's first World Series cash, and he certainly has made it a memorable one.
Yeah, he put $160 into a monthly tournament with friends. He ended up with the most points. That got him the grand prize of a mega satellite here. He then had to survive that to earn his main event seat.
And underscore the word earn. Michael in the small blind right now with ace-jack of hearts against Jean-Yves Malherbe, who raised under the gun with 6-5 of diamonds. Gable makes the call.
Malherbe, a 28-year-old Belgian amateur.
A master's in journalism. The big blind folds, so heads up. Malherbe and Gable. The flop is 8, queen 6. Gable missed. Malherbe picked up bottom pair. Gable checks.
Malherbe with that Masters from the Université Catholique de Louvain in Brussels. I believe they are the Golden Gophers.
And Malherbe bets 44,000. Bottom pair is tops right now.
Gable started this hand with just over 1 million chips. He seems determined to end this hand with less than 1 million chips.
No kidding. He will chase a little longer with that call. Turn card now. 9 of clubs. Both players pick up straight draws. Gable's is better. He checks. Malherbe now
99.
says 99,000.
99,000, really? He value prices the turn. Just 99,000. It's that psychological marketing thing. People are more likely to buy something for $9.99 than for $10.
Is Gable one of those people?
I call.
He is indeed.
Man, he fell for it.
It worked.
Americans.
River card is a 7 of hearts. Gable misses again, but Malherbe completes his straight to the 9, and Gable bluffs at it with 250.
Wow. I want this guy to be my electrical contractor.
He loves to play with hot wires.
He didn't bet 249, you see, because he doesn't want to call. I think he's going to get a call.
I call.
Malherbe does call with a straight.
Good hand.
Easy call. Malherbe didn't put him on a 10, and I should be looking for a new electrical contractor.
He got burned there, didn't he? Malherbe up to 3.1 million.
Wow. Wow. 5-6 of that. I misread you all the way to the end of the day, and I just...
Malherbe is a sports journalist for Belgian Public TV, and I'm adding that channel to my satellite TV package.
Good hand.
Thanks.
You're stacking.
Gable cut down to 27 big blinds. Let's get back to the featured table that no longer features Kevin Pollak. Kyle Bowker on the right, open raised under the gun with 8-7 of spades to 50K. To his right is Omar Saeed in the big blind. He makes the call.
Bowker, you may recall, put a hit on Daniel Negreanu earlier on day 5 with deuces full.
And there is a deuce, 6, 10, 2 clubs. Saeed's pair of sixes is the hand to beat right now. He checks. Bowker picked up a gut shot. And he bet 66,000.
Saeed married with 3 kids. They probably try to bluff him all the time.
Situation normal. Saeed makes the call for 66,000. All right, turn card. 5 of spades. Saeed still ahead, but Bowker improves to a 2-way straight draw and a flush draw. Saeed checks.
That's a big card for a guy with 8 high.
Yeah.
2-way straight draw and a flush draw now. Plus with that card, Bowker might get 15% or more off car insurance.
Bowker bets 125,000.
Not a real big bet. Trying to make Saeed think he wants him to call, though he doesn't. A married man should recognize this type of mind game.
Saeed does make the call. He still has the best hand, but it's dicey at this moment. Jack of diamonds. Well, the pair of sixes end up as the best hand. Saeed checks a 3rd time.
Bowker once worked at Home Depot, quit that job to play poker professionally. He left Home Depot, I believe, to fire river bluffs like this.
And here it is, 185,000 has Saeed scratching his head.
Well, here's the thing. There's not a flush out there. There's not a straight out there unless Bowker has tray 4. What can Bowker have? Saeed, though, just with a lonely pair of sixes.
Makes the call. And what a call it is. Saeed will stack the chips. 888,000 coming his way.
Well, there's an example of a player, Saeed, making a read and sticking to it. He just didn't think Bowker had anything, and he was right. And guess what? No one is going to mess with Omar Saeed for the rest of day 5.
Bowker loses 31% of his stack, takes the hit stoically, and prepares for the next battle. There's a lot more space here in the Amazon room as the field continues to decrease. Past November nighter Eric Buckman put up half of his 2.9 million chips with pocket jacks to try and eliminate Jan Heitman, who's at risk with ace-king of clubs.
2 big hands, 1 big pot.
4-5-9. Buckman now a 3-1 favorite with the Jacks.
Buckman always thinks he runs bad, and from what I've seen for a guy with 2 deep main event runs, he actually does.
Turn card is a queen. No help to Heitman. He's trying to keep the main event title in his country.
Heitman looking for an ace or a king. Buckman looking for the knockout.
The river card is an ace, and that's a game saver for Heitman, and that'll keep him playing with a stack of nearly $3 million.
And Buckman, the 32-year-old, takes another one in the gut. 4th at the 09 main event, a bracelet in 2011. But Eric Buckman still runs salty. Man, he would have had a lot of chips.
But it's Heitman stacking the winnings as he tries to match what fellow countryman Pius Hines did last year. Buckman ran into some bad luck, and it cost him almost 1.5 million chips. He got through the flop, he got through the turn, but not the river. A top 5 stack was just a card away for Eric Buckman. Kevin Pollak's seat is getting filled by a familiar face, pro Jason Somerville.
Oh good, just in time for the big blind. I did the massive color down.
And that is not good news for the rest of the table. Jason sits down with 800,000 chips. Nick DeBella opened the action for 55,000 with pocket 4s on Jeremy Osmus. Jeremy on the Jack Link's Beef Jerky Whole Cam, pocket aces.
Osmus, sort of a rarity in poker circles, a family man, a lunch pail, 9 to 5 type of guy at the casino 4 times a week, then comes home to his wife and daughter.
His wife Adria due to deliver their 2nd child in late October-ish. Jeremy with a re-raise to 120,000 with the aces. Rick Markowitz now, ace queen of hearts.
I'm all in.
And he's all in for 1 chip shy of 500,000.
Bad time to be short stacked with a big hand. Ace queen suited here, crushed by pocket aces.
Table saw a raise, a re-raise, and a re-raise all in. A lot of cards hitting the muck, including DeVella's 4s. Now back to Osmus and the aces.
Yeah, fold this one. I got the same exact hand as last time. Same suit.
And he'll call to put Markowitz at risk.
Aces. I know. Okay. It's okay. It's okay, man. I have the same exact hand. I mean, I can't fold. I got some outs.
The fella in the women's shoe business at risk.
The flop, queen 9-10. Markowitz gets partway there, pairing the queen.
He still needs a whole lot of help.
Osmus trying to score the knockout. Turn card is an 8. Gives both the same gut shot.
Put a jack. Queen or jack. Queen or jack. Come on. Queen or jack. Come on.
I heard you can use your one time now.
One time. Yeah, thank you. I've never used it yet. Queen or jack? Come on.
Queenie wins it with a Jackie chops it.
There's the jack. And Markowitz will stick around with the chop. Queen high straight for both.
Right, you used it.
Okay, one time.
I'm happy for Markowitz, but it's hard to believe a 55-year-old has never used his one time.
You only get one, right?
Wow.
Remember, today you can't use it now.
I don't need to. I'm like a cockroach or a bad rash. It just won't go away, man. You know?
Markowitz picked up a few chips in that hand.
He made mistake. He should use one time on flop.
He should use the one.
Why he not use it?
He was going to get it. He didn't care.
What is safe?
I live another day.
It's reset every day.
Okay.
Jeremy Osmus is a Vegas pro who used to spend a lot of time playing online, but has become a regular in the 10-20 game at the Bellagio. And Norman, he got his degree. We got to give him a high five for that.
Yep, economics degree from Colorado State, often referred to as the Maryland of the Southwest. And law in the state of Colorado, part of 4 corners, 4 states, 1 common point. What are the other 3?
Colorado, Utah, and New Mexico.
All right, I already said Colorado. Arizona, New Mexico, and Utah. What a C- student you are.
Osmus opened for a raise with King Queen to 51,000.
Raising 3 times the big blind is passé these days, Lon. The min raise has become more fashionable.
Yeah, Osmus with a min raise and a little change. Pocket jacks for Saeed.
Saeed says, I don't care if you've got King Queen and a Colorado State economics degree. I've got pocket jacks and engineering and finance degrees from Penn.
Saeed just with the call with the jacks.
The Lon McCarron Memorial hand is in play.
We will see what happens. Heads up, Saeed and Osmus.
That's the University of Pennsylvania Ivy League, Lon. He can talk to Vanessa Selps. I can't.
9-jack, 10. Uh-oh. Osmus flops the nut straight. Saeed top set.
That's an action flop, just like in the movies.
Osmus with 65,000. Saeed with top set, but second best.
This is pro versus amateur, poker player versus finance player.
And neither one going anywhere after that flop.
Oh, no, it's inevitable. A lot of chips are going into this pot right now.
There's the raise to 175 from Saeed.
Osmus flopped the nuts.
And he's hoping that Saeed got some part of that board to warrant that raise to 175. Jeremy with the re-raise to 365.
Start the hand, what do you think?
I think like $1 million.
Started with $1 million.
Saeed has Osmus covered.
Mullen.
I call.
Osmus snap calls all in, and Saeed doesn't like that.
No, it's a cooler for one of these two. And at the moment, it's looking particularly cool for Omar Saeed. Osmus at risk.
Yeah. My friend, what you should use now?
Yeah, I'm gonna use my one time.
You use it one time now.
Right now?
Yeah.
What about you? The one time?
For sure, I'm all in.
No, he use now one time.
If I lose this, I won't have another
should-
chance to use it.
True.
He's trying to use his one time on a technicality. Osmus is ahead, but if he loses, he is gone.
Four of spades, no help to Saeed. Osmus still in line for the double up.
Saeed will need the board to pair to knock out Jeremy Osmus.
The river card does not pair the board. Osmus with the double up.
Wisely used.
So what are you thinking now about one time option?
One time is serious stuff.
If you use your one time when you're ahead, that should be a one-round penalty or something. You know, Lon, I'm saving my one time for when I'm on the operating table.
Excellent choice. Osmus up to almost $2.2 million after that big win. Saeed had been cruising along, but that hand is a wake-up call, reminding him how quickly it can all go away. We know both players were really strong after the flop. Here's what Joe Navarro saw in that last hand.
Sometimes in poker, you have to hide the fact that you're really strong. And in this instance, we have Jeremy and Omar, and they both have good hands. Now watch how each handles it differently. Jeremy, he's focused, but his face is actually somewhat relaxed. As we look at Omar, what you see is a very placid face. You don't see any tension, but look how he's holding his sleeve. He's grabbed his own sleeve and he's got it up against his cheek. And we've seen this before, and it's a good way to sort of pacify yourself, because what you're doing is hanging on to that security blanket that says, I'm really strong here. I just don't want anybody to see it.
Then how come when I've got my sleeve up against my placid cheek, it means, don't hit me, don't hit me?
Flashbacks to grade school. Let's get back to the field. Gail Bowman has just about 10% of her stack at risk with ace-queen. She tries to eliminate Vladimir Mefotichev. He's clinging to pocket queens.
Mefotichev, 18 big blinds left. Bowman could easily afford it.
Yeah.
Bowman feeling very at ease right now, especially with that chip stack. Here's the flop. 6-4-9, a nice benign flop, leaving the Russian ahead. Turn card now, a 7, no help to Bowman.
Only an ace on the river knocks out Mefotichev.
Yeah, the river card is the ace of spades. Gail Bowman spikes the winner and will knock out Mefotichev.
Wow.
Does she run good?
Yeah, I got it in with the best of it, but some blonde with a couple of master's degrees knocked me out.
Mefotichev leaves with a smile on his face after that crushing river card. 125th place, pays nearly $53,000. First Buckman, now Mefotichev. Aces on the river. Gail Bowman now in third place, flirting with 5 million chips. Welcome back to the World Series of Poker main event presented by Jack Link's Beef Jerky. Inside the Amazon Rio, it's getting close to the end of day 5. A staggering 6,598 players bought in for $10,000 apiece. Now just 124 are left, including Gavin Smith, Vanessa Selps, Jason Somerville. Recent eliminations include Daniel Negreanu and Hollywood actor Kevin Pollak.
And remember, it's the November 9 October edition. They'll return here October 29th and 30th to play for the $8.5 million first prize.
Action on Jason Somerville in the cutoff position at our featured table. Jack 10 off suit and a raise to $50,000.
Remember, Jason fortunate to still be here, hitting that 2-outer on the river on day 4, queens versus aces.
Susie Zhao, an LA Poker pro with king, queen off.
She's another smart one. Degrees in psychology and business economics from Northwestern, often referred to as the Maryland of the Midwest.
Zhao with a re-raise to 130 in the big blind. Gwen Grandmoujon on the Jack Links beef jerky whole cam. 2 black aces.
Of course, Grandmoujon with a master's degree from Euromed Management School, often referred to as the Maryland of Old Paris.
It is not. He does some online poker coaching.
I'm on.
And he says all in with the aces.
I guess that makes it a little easier.
Jason Somerville will be making a cameo appearance in this hand.
He does get out of the way. Zhao with king-queen.
Bad time for king-queen. It's for half her remaining stack. If she calls, she's hoping it's a race.
I call.
She does make the call, and she's going to hate herself. Yep.
Queens or kings?
Oh, king, queen.
I'm gonna need to use it now.
Using one time? Use one
I'm
time.
using my one time. I gotta use it now.
I didn't think so. Sorry. You're not used favorite against Stacy.
One time.
Well, you already did it.
There's the flop, and there's a king for Zhao. Partway there.
Where's my queen of hearts?
If you will not like it,
2
flash
hearts.
comes. 2 hearts could work, right? She's using her one time. You should have used yours.
Turn card is the 7 of diamonds. No flush for a chop coming now.
Zhao seeking a king or a queen to knock out Grandmoujon.
River card is the tray, and Grandmoujon will double up to $1.2 million.
Maybe use already one time.
I think Radsoff might be working on a one-time book or screenplay.
That hurts Zhao as she drops below 400,000. Grandmoujon will get to stick around in the main event a little while longer. We've examined the one-time phenomenon before, but we decided to take another look, this time in the context of most overused poker phrases.
Most overused phrase in poker has to be one time.
I guess the most overused phrase in poker is "that's poker." I mean, what does that really even mean?
It's so sick. It's really not. Oh, so sick.
It's really not that sick. One time could also be that.
One time.
I haven't used my one time yet this whole tournament.
I think the most overused phrase in poker is one time, just one time. Because they never mean one time.
Now I use one time option.
I'm using my one time. I gotta use it now.
It's one time, let me win this tournament. It's one time, let me dodge this flush draw.
Clean ball, one time, dealer. One time in your life.
One time? I heard someone say one time in 3 hands. Like, what are you doing? Like, do you not know how one time works?
He made mistake. He should use one time on flop. It's reset every day.
I don't think that's how it works. You should have like a stamp. When you say one time, that is it. You have wasted it. It is over.
So what are you thinking now about one-time option?
I think Jason Somerville's idea is genius. Maybe Robert Croak can create a one-time bracelet or band.
Haha, silly band one time. Jason Somerville with Queen Jack of clubs with a min raise and 2K, raised to 50,000.
I hope you have ticket.
I'm all in.
Zhao re-raises all in for almost 400,000 with pocket eights.
Zhao with 16 big blinds left.
Nick DeVella with queens.
You have 500? I have 600. 600, and you have 300?
4, 3.
Too close to 4.
That's fine. No,
3.
I call.
DeVella just with a call.
The DeVella, 24-year-old Las Vegas pro. And once again, Jason probably with just a cameo appearance in this hand. One time he wishes the Queen Jack could turn into pocket aces.
This hand probably wins. I'm just
No, don't show me another one, but I know you have another one. Can I use another one? Is there another one time possible?
You used your one time, right?
I did already use it. Shouldn't have.
You don't want to use.
I'm in the clear. She already used it.
I know.
Wait. It didn't work.
planned
It didn't work. It
strategically,
didn't work. So she has to use it one more
I
time.
would have used it now.
They're rewriting the one-time rules. No help there for Zhao except a couple of diamonds.
Wish I hadn't used it earlier.
Well, you should only use it when you're at risk. Rookie mistake.
All right, turn card is an 8! Zhao hits her set!
Oh my god!
DeVella not
Holy
amused.
crap.
You got chance because he not use it.
That's true.
River card pairs the board. Susie Zhao with the full boat doubles up.
If it were up to DeVella, he might use his one time to overturn the table, but he's a class act.
So Zhao gets most of the chips back she lost a moment ago, but still is $500,000 below the chip average.
360, 380.
So the wild day 5 continues for Susie Zhao and the rest of the field. She didn't have her mythical one-time available, but it did not matter. Susie Zhao spiked the 8 to keep her title hopes alive. Tonight's bracelet moments are brought to you by PokerNews.com. John Manette had already won 1 bracelet this summer and fell just short of winning 2 when David Bakes Baker beat him heads up to take down the 10K Horse Championship for his second bracelet and over $450,000.
The first one felt a little lucky, but this one I felt like I played really well in some games that I've been working on.
In the 5K six-handed PLO event, Tokyo's Naoya Kihara became the first Japanese player ever to win a World Series bracelet. In our remaining field, there's just one Japanese player left, Takashi Ogura. This is his biggest career cash. At an outer table in the middle is Jake Balsiger with pocket 10s and 3 million chips. He's primed to knock out Greg Milliron and his pocket 6s.
They met at Arizona State. They've been roommates, and they drove up to the main event together, and with 14 tables left, they collide here.
4 Jack Deuce in the flop, no hearts. 10 still ahead for Balsiger.
I mean, what are the chances? We start with 6,600 players. We got 120 left. College roommates still in and clashing.
The ace is no help to Milliron.
Milliron's got to have a 6.
The river card is a queen. Balsiger's 10s hold up, and the 2012 main event has come to an end for Greg Milliron.
One guy busts another from the main event. I don't think they can ever live together again.
So Balsiger gets a little healthier with a knockout. His chip stack grows to over 3.6 million. Milliron out in 120th place.
I believe Milliron is going directly to class from his bust out. So diligent. And it's hard to believe no words were exchanged between them after the hand. Maybe Balsiger ate all the ramen noodles.
119 players left. Back to the secondary feature table. Eric Hellman sits behind a very healthy stack of 3.6 million. Hellman has the Jack Link's beef jerky wild card hand.
Okay, this is the guy I've never seen before, about to attend a university I've never heard of with a girlfriend I've never met. How do I have a beat on him?
The 22-year-old Swedish poker pro with a raise to 51,000.
Under the gun +1, min-type raise. I'll go with E. You tell me. I'm not committing to anything until I see a flop. I'm playing small ball on the Jack Link's wild card hand.
Michael Gable called from the small blind with queen 10, and the big blind Helga Stjarnvang called with ace tray of hearts.
Who called?
Stjarnvang.
All right.
Norway, Sweden, and USA see the flop of Trey's 6 queen. Top pair for Gable.
It's bettable. It's bettable.
It's checkable. Stjarnvang with bottom pair. He checks. Now your man Hellman.
Oh, he's going to bet? So I'll go with B, 5-4, because Hellman will be attending Vaxjo University this fall. That's V-A-X-J-O, and I'm sure I'm mispronouncing it, where I believe he'll pursue twin degrees in open-ended draws and Scandinavian aggression.
He bet 65,000. Gable with a pair of queens.
It would be a good time for a check raise here.
Just a call.
He'll play his game, I'll play mine.
Stjarnvang gets out of the way, so heads up now. Gable against Eric Hellman. Another 6 on the turn. Gable wants to lead out this time.
Now he decides he's good. I agree with him.
$65,000.
Vaxjo has a big tennis community, and it's home to IKEA. 2 pieces of information that give me no insight into Eric Hellman. All I know is in Sweden, the blue wristband means I raise with nothing.
You're sticking with 5-4 for now, though.
At best.
So Hellman, Norman says, has a draw. And there's a raise to 183.
I guess logically, Hellman has pocket kings or trip 6s, but I think he's bluffing.
Gable is befuddled as well. He makes the call for 118,000 more.
Good call. This joker's waiting to hit a joker.
River card, another tray, double pairs the board. Check, check.
I got a queen.
Yep. Hellman with ace-7. You were so far off. And Gable will win with queens up.
I wasn't far off. I had him nailed. He had nothing.
Hellman loses the Jack Link's beef jerky wild card hand.
You know, the way I bet, I was just, I wanted you to think I had the 6, so. Yeah. That's okay.
It's not
But
personal.
thanks. No. Thanks. This guy's a nice guy right here.
But it was a friendly. Yeah, he does.
This guy's a nice guy right here. No matter what. I mean, hey, listen, you can put the sickest beat on me, and I would shake your hand and walk away.
Appreciate it, man.
That's just the way it is.
A much-needed pot for Michael Gable at the expense of Eric Hellman. The 2012 World Series of Poker is presented by Jack Link's Beef Jerky. Feed your wild side. And Slotomania. Enjoy free, fun slot-style games on Facebook and your mobile device. Getting right to action at our secondary featured table. It's been folded to Michael Gable in the cutoff at this 8-handed table. He looks down at 7-4 of diamonds and reaches for chips. And he wants to raise it up to 50,000. Gable started the hand with 1.5 million chips.
And he's pretty active.
Folded to Eric Hellman and the big blind on the Jack Link Speed Jerky hole cam. 10-8 off.
Vaxio University. How about Frisky with Squadouche Community College?
That seems to be the theme here. Hellman with the call will defend his big blind.
Oh, call. I thought he re-raised. No.
You guys want to control the table?
Huh?
You guys want to control the table?
I'm just saying, I'm beating you up. You better be careful
So
right
they
now.
will meet again. Each one forgot to bring a hand.
10-8 trade, 2 diamonds, a big blind special for Hellman. Top 2 pair, a flush draw for Gable.
150.
Check from Hellman and 150 from Gable.
How much you start with?
I
just roughly.
Maybe 1-point-something million.
1 point something?
I don't know, 1.5, 1.6. You want to break it? You want to count it down or?
Oh, Hellman looks like he wants to raise it up, and he does to 379,000.
All in.
Cool.
And there you go. Gable's gamble could cost him his main event or pay off big time.
2 riverboat gamblers collide in the middle of the desert, and Michael Gable's main event dream ride could come to a crashing halt. Just too much gamble from Michael on 55 big blinds left when he pushed. Why?
All right, turn card 5 of spades. Good card for Gable. He picks up additional outs with a straight draw.
I got all kinds of outs, yeah? Shoot. I got a 6.
A 6 or
Right?
any
No.
diamond.
Yeah, 6.
King of spades.
Gable hoping for help now.
The river card. Hellman's full boat takes that pot and knocks out Michael Gable.
Good game. That's what I'm talking about.
Actually, I'm sorry. This guy's from That's What I'm Talking About Tech.
Good hand.
Good hand.
Good hand. You were sweating
Take care of your family.
I will, man. I will.
Nice playing with you.
All right.
119th place for Michael Gable earns the amateur nearly $53,000.
Gable's so close to so much more, he'll have to settle for the 53 grand and a great experience.
Hellman with over 4.8 million as he bursts onto the upper echelons of the leaderboard.
I didn't expect him to win there. Never. He didn't even. Actually, I put him on the 7-4 of diamonds when he raised. When we raised on the button, I put him on 7-4 of diamonds. Maybe 7-5 of diamonds, but I'm not.
We've just lost Michael from our secondary feature table here, and as you were coming off the table, you were saying that it was now or never. This was a pot that you were going to push at.
Yeah, that's correct. I mean, I like my chip stack at 1.5, but I had to go for it. You know, I didn't feel comfortable going into, you know, the next day with 1.5 million, so.
You got into this through a satellite. You know, you have a lot of friends behind you as well, and they must be really proud of how far you've come.
You know, my wife, my friends, if it wasn't for my boys, you know, I'm on cloud 9 right now. So, I mean, you know, extra money, you know, what else could you do?
What else could you do? Anything you want to say to your wife? I know she's been supporting you so much today.
I mean, wife, I love you, and this has been great. I used to lay in bed watching this. My wife would say, "What are you doing?" I'm watching the WSOP. One day I'm going to play in that, you know, and here I am off $160. I mean, this is every guy's dream. So all those guys that are playing poker in the garage, their little home games, go for it, you know? I mean, this is amazing, you know?
It is, and it was a tremendous performance. Congratulations, and thank you so much.
Not bad for a Sparky from Las Vegas, Nevada. Oh, actually, Henderson, excuse me.
Not bad at all.
I'm sure Michael's late mom would be proud of him. At an outer table, 2010 November Nighter Joseph Chong is all in with 10s, trying to hang on against Paul Volpe's Ace-King. They don't call him the best color man in the business for nothing. A king in the flop, and Chong in severe trouble.
Chung now way behind. Does that make you happy?
Yeah, thank you. A deuce is no help to Joseph Chong, down to his last chance.
Volpe poised for the knockout. Chung needs a 10 or he is wamboozled.
The river card is a jack, and that will end it. Joseph Chong says goodbye after a third straight deep run in the main event.
Yeah, the last 3 main events, 3rd, then 114th, and now 116th. Actually, he's getting worse each year, but in fields of 6,000 or more, just astounding.
Like any other talented pro, always disappointed at being eliminated, always feeling there was something they could have done differently to keep the run going. Volpe stacks over 1 million new chips into his bank, making him much more dangerous. He moves into 6th place overall.
It's been a smooth day 5 for the 30-year-old from Westchester, PA.
Volpe with more than 4.2 million. Kyle Karanen, the chip leader right now. Bowman and Hill keeping the year of the woman very much alive.
But in the calmest and most stillest night, uneasy lies the head that's unwary of Nico Mogg.
The 30-year-old graduate from Drake University, Kyle Karanen, top dog right now on day 5. On a night with one of the main event's most heartwarming stories.
It's going to a good cause, man. They're paying for my kid's college. Wow. That's a good cause.
Hollywood actor Kevin Pollak's night was heart-wrenching.
You're the Queen of Hearts, right? You got the Queen of Hearts?
It's mine?
Yeah. Wow, free roll.
Oh, my God. Gable wasn't the only player gone with the wind as others bid their dreams farewell. A former November Niner held on, while another couldn't outrace Ace King. It's getting serious late on day 5 of the main event. For Norman Chad and Kara Scott, I'm Lon McEachern. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.